It takes a certain type of woman to really catch my eye. I wanna vibe with your mind. We can take our time. Can't forget to mention, now you got all my attention. Now I got you in your feelings. Now you on my team, we winning. Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta keep on going till I find your heart. Whoa. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cam B, and we are on our final part of the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge tour, and look at what I'm at, man. That's right. It's the Titanic tour, man. We at the Titanic Museum, so we're about to get ready to head in and check it out. I heard it's pretty awesome, so you know, I'm really excited to go in and see the nearly exact replica is what they're calling it. So about to see what's going on.
Including the $1.7 million Titanic violin that Grandmaster Wallace Hartley played on the scene. Your help is needed during your time with us. Titanic is following the CDC safety guidelines.
Dang, it was right there.
Nigga, that's a long ass right there.
No, I'm saying though, but look how far they came though to crash there. Wow. That's crazy. These are actual Titanic artifacts. Dinner plates and forks and stuff from the dining room of the ship. So this man Joseph LaRoche, I don't know how to say his last name. He was the only black man on the Titanic. That's his actual ticket. Drink sure. Oh wait, no, that's his ticket. And then that's an ad, the newspaper. That's carpet from the floor in the ship. That's crazy. Valued at $30,000 for that little square. That's crazy. Titanic Olympic matchbox label. More brochures. Oh, that's the soap that they had in the hotel rooms. It's actual bar soap. That's the first class passenger soap. This one over here. This one was for the second class passengers. It says this soap is still available today, and Queen Elizabeth still uses this product in its kind of like linens. It's an advertisement in America for the Titanic, for people to board once it got to New York, or to go back to wherever it was going to go. Wow, this is one of the chairs from the deck of the Titanic. It's a real chair. Everything in glass that you see during this tour is a real Titanic artifact. So if it's in a glass case, it's a real thing. This was one of the chairs on the deck of the ship. These are pieces of the actual wood from the staircase, from the grand staircase. I don't know if you guys saw the movie, but you know that big staircase that's in the dining room? That's actual wood from that staircase. Wow. So this is third class where all the, you know, the workers stayed on the F deck. Those are that guy chilling after work. Under here you got these guys. These are the mail rooms.
This is the bottom of the ship where all the cargo was kept. Over here we got more dishes and artifacts from the dining room. Let's go around. Let's go. Plates, steam pots from the actual dining room. These are for the first class. What's this stuff? Treasury Department. Oh, this is some of the mail that was getting sent through the ship. Because apparently the Titanic was a mail cargo. That was what it was created for, to transport mail overseas. They said there was more mail on the Titanic than there were people. This is actual Titanic engine room. This is an actual replica of what the engine room in the Titanic looked like. That's what it sounded like. It's a very, very small portion, as you can see. That was just a small part right there. Right here talks about the cargo that the Titanic held. Talks about the food. It says there were 60 chefs and chef assistants labored over Titanic's 19 ovens. They have 5 kitchens while preparing over 6,000 meals each day. Their large refrigerators and storerooms held 75,000 pounds of fresh meat, 40,000 eggs, over 2,000 pounds of coffee, 10,000 pounds of sugar, 200 barrels of flour, 10,000 pounds of cereal, 36,000 oranges, 16,000 lemons, 3,500 gallons of milk, 6,000 pounds of butter, 700 heads of lettuce, 40 tons of potatoes, oh my gosh, 12,000 dinner plates. Bruh, look at this, that's ridiculous. Moving on through the ship. So this is what it looked like the day the Titanic departed on the phone. Real pictures. So all these photos came from a guy named Frank Brown. Started lecturing on his Titanic experience in 1913. Blah, 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 blah. That's crazy. So this man, he took all of these pictures. He got from his camera, from his experience. If it wasn't for him, there would be no pictures from the whole Titanic, ordeal. This is the day they boarded the ship. That's crazy, these are great pictures, still. Really had an eye for the camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? My name is First Class Maid Jody, and I'd like to thank you for honoring our social distancing in each of our galleries. Once again, thank you for honoring social distancing. Also, I'd like to thank you for wearing your face masks correctly, covering both your nose and your mouth. Thank you, and have a safe voyage.
This is a third class room. And this man and his wife, they slept in here with 9 kids. 10 and 9 kids in this room. That's crazy. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do this with me and my 2 kids. This is too small.
This ship is huge.
What the heck? Fair communal baths. How many baths were available, you ask? Only 2 bathtubs were available to all 30 class passengers. So I'm pretty sure that means they all smelled like shit.
Was on the ship, but the most expensive feature is the flooring. Believe it or not, this was linoleum tile. Back in 1912, linoleum was still new and very hard to make, which made it very expensive. That's why they put it in Titanic. So your tour does continue either up the stairs or the elevator. And welcome to first class. Oh, there you go.
Wow. So you got a grand, this is a replica of the grand staircase. Look at this. Oh goodness. This is crazy. Welcome to first class.
Tom Sanders, 39 years old, managing director and head of the design department for the
Well, that's what this is one of those chairs that we saw out there, y'all. You hear me? One of those chairs. These are the first class bedrooms. Look at those compared to the other rooms. Wow.
Rosalie Ida Strauss was the 63-year-old wife and constant companion of her husband, Isidore
Oh, wow.
Strauss.
So this is an actual ring recovered from someone who didn't survive the Titanic.
To the Riviera.
His name is Isidore Strauss. Strauss, yeah, Strauss.
I will not be separated from my husband, as we have lived
This is his bedroom, him and his wife.
together. I do not wish any distinction in my favor, which is not granted to yours.
This is a music bag, sheet music from someone who played. It's an actual replica, or real bag, real sheet music from the music that was played on the Titanic. More artifacts that were saved, either floating or on surviving passengers. Some of the stuff that they have was even found on passengers who didn't survive that they recovered. This is one of the violinists' bag that played. That's the band. He's the director, violin, bandmaster. But this is the Titanic band. This is one of the band players' actual violin. All of that was recovered. $1.7 million is the highest price ever paid for a recovered Titanic artifact. In 2020, the Titanic Museum Attractions was awarded exclusive rights to exhibit this most prized violin. The Titanic didn't have telephones. However, they did have these to communicate through the ship. How long after Freddie Fleet saw the iceberg hit the Titanic hit it? 37 seconds. Wow. After the Titanic hit the iceberg, 2 hours and 40 minutes later, the Titanic was gone. Wow. Iceberg right ahead. Oh, it's cold in here. It's so cold in here, that's crazy. Is this real ice? That's a real ice, like a replica, like a piece of an iceberg that they're preserving, I guess. They got a wet floor sign. This is an actual piece of an iceberg. That's crazy. You guys, look at it. Look at that. This is actual iceberg. This is crazy. So that's what the Titanic did. What temperature was the water the night of the sinking? The Titanic water was 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Freshwater freezes at 32 degrees, so the water was frozen rather. Seawater freezes at about 28.4 degrees Fahrenheit because of the salt. That's crazy. Actual iceberg. If you're here and you look close, you can see like the cold coming off of the iceberg. Over here they have a pool of water. Oh, that's 28 degrees. This is an actual piece of a door that was preserved and, well, found and preserved off the ship. One of the first glass doors. That's the key as well that entered the door. This is one of the child's blouses who was recovered from the Titanic. The trunk picked up from by a recovery ship in 1912. One of the kids' clothes that was lost at sea. Wow. Oh shit. Go stand up there, Britt. Go stand up there. 12-degree slope. So you're looking at 3 sloping decks. The last sloping deck Titanic passengers were trying to hold on to. 2 minutes later, the Titanic was gone. So this is where it was at first. So go up this one. This is at 1:50 a.m. That's how I was doing. And at approximately 2:05 a.m., which is 15 minutes later, this is how slumped it was. This is where you had to stand in order to not fall. How you doing?
I'm falling.
You falling?
I'm not trying to bust this.
And then at 2:18, approximately another 15 minutes later, the breakup process began. Movable objects began to drift away. The ship's light began to blink and then go out. So this is how steep it was. See that? Imagine trying to hold on to that. Let me do it. I'm gonna do this one. What's up? That's crazy. No, I'm cool. That's crazy though. I'll take it. Pretty good.
He put the life jacket on me and told me not to take it off. I never thought that a million pieces of this contraption would prove to be the most important piece of wardrobe.
This is what the lifeboat looks like. More artifacts. This is a dinner tray that was found floating. This is wood from the ship that I was found. This is a wooden gaming table that was found on the ship. Found floating in the water when the ship sank. More items that were found sink, floating, or on people that were saved or weren't saved. Memorial for all the passengers who were on the ship. That's the third class passengers, second class passengers, first class crew. When you come in, they give you a ticket with the person's name on it who was actually on the ship. My person's name is Frederick Ware. As you can see, 526 people in third class perished, only 178 survived. And my guy is Ware. Passed away. Right there, I got it. 38. He was 38 years old, Frederick Ware. And then, who was your person?
Caroline Enders.
And she was in first class. And she survived.
Yeah, but her husband died. She was married to one of the richest men on the ship.
Oh, wow. Sound about right. Except for that part, last part. So this is, oh, wow. So, a 10-year-old kid from Iceland apparently built this out of Legos. He's 17 now. So he built this 10 years ago. All right, guys, so it's looking like that's the conclusion of our Titanic tour. We're coming up on the end. We're gonna head back down and meet up with our family. We hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure you check out all our old videos too, and the rest of the videos from our Gatlinburg tour. As always, it's the life of Ken and Britt. It's your boy, Can B.
And your girl, Brittany.
Enjoy.